Welcome to today's practice. This practice is going to be about moving what you are feeling and moving to how you want to be feeling. So this practice comes from Michaela Boehm, who's an incredible psychologist, psychotherapist, and somatic practitioner. And she's founded a method called the nonlinear movement method, and she works specifically with women around relationship. And so this seems very fitting. And the practice here is to really tap into that feeling, the experience, the way you want to feel in your ideal relationship. And you move as that. So you embody it so that you actually train the receptors in your cells to pick up on when you are in and around that, rather than picking up on kind of imprinting from childhood, and that might be causing you to feel attracted to, let's say, toxic relationship dynamics. So this is a way to kind of retrain ourselves on a cellular level. And the idea with this is that we use some loose structure, so kind of some ground rules for the movement practice, so that you have to be with what arises and train yourself to come back to the felt sense and that embodiment of how you really want to feel and what you do want to be experiencing, because the temptation will be to think about the past lovers, the other, the way you don't want to feel, and the meditation is to come back to moving how you want to feel. So that's one part of the practice that we'll do. And another part is to actually consciously go into the fears, let's say the fear around opening up to new relationships, new people, connecting from a new place. And the fears or the constrictions holding hesitation around the heart in the face of that. And then moving that through your body, moving that fear, moving that anxiety. And so that's one piece. And then also going into what else is there. Let's say the longing, the yearning and moving is the yearning. The sadness of not having yet met your person, going into the sadness and really allowing it to express and move through you, so that these very powerful subconscious forces are just leading the way all the time. So that is where we're going today. And in a way, this is a clearance, a cord clearance. We'll also do that as a separate practice though. So for the loose structure of this, we are on the hands and knees. And so it can be tempting to change the movement around a lot, but that can be a way to kind of distract from the simplicity of the meditation of moving as how we want to feel. So first, come onto your hands and knees, and you can start connecting to how you want to feel. So you might find some words. Let's say it's like present, grounded, open, sensual, wild, whatever it is. You're just starting to contact and name some of the qualities, the states, the ways you want to feel, and you let that begin to move your body. Hands, knees, and feet stay down. And you use your breath and sound, moving forward and back, from side to side. But the structure is, the boundary is, the hands stay down, the knees stay down. welcome to play music here if that's helpful. And if you drift, if you feel distracted, you keep coming back to those qualities, how you want to feel, and you move as that. You let that move through your body, like you're bathing in these states. Keep coming back to how you want to feel. The sounds, the movements, the undulations, the sensations. And then take a moment to pause. It could be like in a wide-kneed child's pose or something else, where you really get to absorb this all the way into your cells. So that's the first iteration on the hands and knees. For this next variation, the lower half of the legs stay down, so you sort of have room to move in this way. Once again, moving to how you want to feel, how you want to feel in your body, in your felt sense, in the whole of you, in your expression and your sound, in relationship, in this relationship that you are stepping into. So contacting those qualities. And starting to let them circulate. They might be very subtle at first. Time and repetition, they'll grow in strength as we grow, expand into the possibility of really living as and how we want to feel. So following the flow, the guiding movement, the qualities, the ways in which you want to feel. It could be emotions, sensation. Using all your forms of expression, your sound, as well as your movement. Your movements could be big, wide, wild. They could be soft and subtle. a moment to pause, to absorb, to be with yourself in the in-between. And so the next stage of the practice is to connect to. We'll just start with one, and in your own time you can layer in more. Something that arises in the face of feeling into what you want. The fear, the sadness, the doubt, the beliefs. And we'll move this through. This time we'll be on the back. And so you have the kind of structure of the feet are planted. The back of your body is planted, though you could lift your hips, your pelvis. And your arms are either on your body or by your sides. And so start with the first one that pops up. It might be fear, it might be something else. And you contact the location of that. So let's say, I'm just going to give an example, that it's fear and it feels like a constriction in your chest. So you contact that squeezing inward of the chest, the curling around, the wanting to retreat in. And you go with that and let that move through your body. Let that move your body. Let it be in motion. So it might have a sound. Squeeze, a clench, or something else. You're really letting it go, letting it run through. Take some moments to pause, to place a hand on your belly or your heart. And be with the change, recognizing what's moved, what's shifted. And acknowledging what's still there. And then we go back to close. We go back into the felt sense, bathing in the felt sense of how you want to feel, the you want to be in relationship, in stillness this time. Like you're just soaking in it. Like there's an ocean of it that you could float on your back upon. familiar with the barking by now. And to close, the final piece, you can slowly come up, lying down, is to look out and around at your space from this point of view, from the felt sense, from the direct experience of feeling how you want to feel. Seeing from the point of view, the perspective of having what you want and feeling how you want. We'll close this practice here for now. So you can play around with this. You can extend the movement pieces. Technically for the non-linear movement piece on the hands and the knees, the kind of original practice is 20 minutes. So you set a timer for 20 minutes, or you create a 20-minute playlist and you go for that long, moving as the embodiment of what you want to feel, the states you want to feel. So you can play with extending that. I just wanted to give you an initial briefing or overview of that practice. And then you could do it separately, or you could do it in stages as we did, the going into what comes up, the fears, the closing, the hardening, the sadness, the whatever, the hesitation, the doubt that comes up, letting that move through you, and then returning to how you want to feel.